10 most emotional quotes of Hallmark movies that make us tear up. For a long time, the Hallmark Channel has been the home of emotional movies. Forget the big-budget Avengers and Star Wars movies. If you want something that will tug at your heartstrings, Hallmark always has something in store for you. From romance films to comedies to Christmas movies, Hallmark churns them out by the thousands every single year. While watching some of these movies, you might find yourself grabbing your phone and typing, "Baby, let's work things out," before pressing send. But that isn't such a bad thing, is it? Life has plenty of emotional moments that are quite real and don't involve Tony Stark dying after saving the world. Before this comes off as a Marvel bashing piece that looks like it might have been written by Martin Scorsese and Francis Ford Coppola, which it's clearly not, let's take a look at the 10 most emotional quotes from Hallmark movies. You see a man drowning, you must try to save him, even if you cannot swim. The Courageous Heart of Ura Sendler. Hallmark doesn't normally produce plenty of dark films, but The Courageous Heart of Ura Sendler was one of the few ones that found itself on the network. The film stars Anna Paquin from The Affair and True Blood. It's also a Holocaust movie. Those are quite rare these days too. The film follows a Polish Catholic social worker who managed to smuggle about 2,500 Jewish kids to safety during the height of the Holocaust. She says these words to her fellow social workers who are skeptical about helping the Jews because they believe they don't have the means to do it. I told him I love him, but I don't think he heard me. In Love and War. After appearing in movies such as Speed, Sandra Bullock's career took a temporary nosedive, and so she starred in the Hallmark movie In Love and War. It turned out to be a nice movie, and with quotes such as the one above, you can have no doubt that it's an emotional roller coaster. A lot of people tend to ignore those who love them. We've all been there, and it hurts, but sometimes all you have to do is keep pushing. In the film, Ernest Hemingway volunteers to fight World War I on the Italian front. When he gets wounded, he's treated by a young nurse called Agnes von Kurowski, Sandra Bullock. After a rocky start, the two fall in love and become inseparable. We are gathered here together, blah, blah, blah. In sickness and in health, ceremony, ceremony, ceremony. Do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife? Bridal wave, who doesn't like unique wedding ceremonies? Especially the ones where the preacher decides to be comical. This classic quote skips the words that a preacher is supposed to say before the couple exchanges their vows. It's funny, but it also makes us realize the problem in marriages. Most couples never really stick with each other in sickness and in health, or in joy and sorrow.